Dune was directed by Denis Villeneuve and it stars Timothée Chalamet and amongst other actors. In this movie, it's based off of the graphic novel by Frank Herbert. So let's talk about it. In this movie takes place 1,000 years in the future, where we get to meet our main character, where we get to meet Paul, who's played by Timothée Chalamet, and he lives with a house of train. He lives on this planet, and he lives with a house of trades. He has all these visions, and dreams about what he sees and what might happen in the future, and also he's having these visions and dreams about this strange girl on this dangerous who lives on this dangerous planet, and that girl is played by Zendaya, and also the House of Atreides has been called to go on this dangerous planet, and now we got our movie, and that's the only plot I know for the movie. And the thing is, guys, I never heard of Dune ever in my life, but I never heard of the book. I never heard of the original classic movie that came out back in the 80s. Yeah, I actually looked at that 80s movies Dune up. I looked up the movie for the 1980s movie Dune. Yeah, I never heard the original movie ever in my life, but I never heard the book ever in my life either. But this is my first time experiencing Dune. In 2021, because actually I think this movie was supposed to come out, I believe, in 2020 last year, but when the pandemic hit us, the movie got pushed back probably at least 1,000 times maybe, and now we got Dune already. So yeah, and the thing is, this is my first time experiencing Dune, because when I first saw the trailer for this movie, I was just like, this movie's kind of like Star Wars, but the thing is, let me phrase this. This movie is a cross between Star Wars. This movie is Star Wars meets John Carter. So this movie is Star Wars meets John Carter. So all into one, but quite different a little bit different from those movies. But when I first saw the trailer for this movie, yes, I did say it's Star Wars meets John Carter, but a little bit different from those movies. But when I first saw the trailer, I was just like, I don't know about this movie. But I checked out the trailer. I checked out the trailer probably at least a couple of times, saying, you know what, I'll just check this movie out. But I checked it out today, and I was happy to watch it. And this movie really surprised me. This is easily a great movie. Dune is the best movie I ever seen. So yeah, this Dune is one of the best movies I ever seen this year. So I'm gonna tell you why. It's Denis Villeneuve. Y'all may know this director. He did Prisoners. He did I think he did Prisoners. He did Arrival, and he did Blade Runner 249. And those are the movies I believe he did. But he did a really good job with those movies. And this director knows how to direct a really good movie. And he knows how to direct this movie as well. This movie has really good cinematography, which I'll talk about later, but he knows how to direct this movie. And he did a great job with this movie. So yeah. So all I can tell you right off the bat, I really love this movie. So let's talk about the actors and the characters. Let's start off with Timothée Chalamet. Timothée Chalamet as Paul. His character, I really, really like this character. He's really great in this movie. But the thing is, sometimes he gets a little bit boring. But his character can be boring sometimes. And I'm just like, okay, like what? But then, like I told you guys, he has these dreams. He has these dreams and visions about what might happen, and also having dreams about this strange girl that lives on this, that lives on this dangerous planet. So yeah, that's Timothée Chalamet, and Timothée Chalamet is really great here. But he only has probably at least one or two emotions in this movie. But I think he wished he could have been more emotional in this, a little bit more. But Timothée Chalamet is really good here, and also he has really good sense of skills. And also here we have, and speaking of Zendaya, here she is, Zendaya right here. who plays the strange girl that Paul keeps dreaming and having visions about. Zendaya's really good here, but Zendaya's not in the movie all that much. But I really like Zendaya here in this movie. But I'm like, wait, yo, this is MJ from the Spider-Man movies, for crying out loud. This is MJ from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So yeah, that's her. But Zendaya was really good in this movie. But in my opinion, I liked her as MJ in the Spider-Man Homecoming trilogy, something like that. But yeah, but Zendaya in this movie, she's not really in the movie all that much because you don't really see her a lot. You only see her for at least a few times, probably at least a few times during the movie, probably at least 4 or 5 times, and just not in the movie all that much. Maybe she didn't want to be in the movie a lot. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I can say for Zendaya. And also here we have Oscar Isaac as Oscar Isaac, and Oscar Isaac's really good here. Oscar Isaac's really great in this movie as well. He's more than just Poe Dameron from the Star Wars movies. He's not pretending or acting like Poe Dameron. He's just playing another different character in this movie, and I really want to give him props for that, for not pretending to be Poe Dameron or anything. I'm just saying. But in this movie, Oscar Isaac's really good here. And also I do want to say we have Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa, Aquaman himself, like, he probably needs water. Yeah. But yeah, Jason Momoa in this movie, I feel like he's more like a father and a friend figure. I'm not talking about the actor himself. I'm talking about the character that Jason Momoa plays. His character is more like a father and a friend figure to Paul, played by Timothée Chalamet. And yeah, in my opinion, he's more like a friend. That's all I can say. And I'm like, y'all, this is Aquaman in this movie. So yeah, I really like Jason Momoa in this movie. He's really good. And also with here is Rebecca Ferguson. Rebecca Ferguson as what's her character's name? Lady Jessica is also good here, and also she's trying to teach her son. But in this movie, she's trying to teach her son how to do this voice thing, which means which means obey me, like saying say untie me and unchain me from this chair, and also that person will obey you. But then when Timothée Chalamet's character Paul is trying everything he can to was doing everything he can to do what his mother does, the voice thing. So yeah. And also, in my opinion, last but not least, here is Josh Brolin also in this movie, which I meant to talk about. Josh Brolin is also in this movie. Josh Brolin's really good here. And Josh Brolin, I forgot what his character does. I really forgot. But Josh Brolin's really good here. That's all I know. And also, last but not least, Dave Bautista, Drax himself. So yeah, Dave Bautista is really good here, but you don't really see him a lot. You only see him for at least twice and not show up anymore. Probably at least twice or 3 times and not show up in the movie like anymore. And I'm just like, what? Dave Bautista's not in the movie all that much? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that actually really sucks. But Dave Bautista's really good here, but and also too, Dave Bautista could have been in the movie a lot. That's all I can say. And that's it for the actors and the characters. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the things I like and some things I might not like as well. But the only thing I really like about this movie is the visual effects, the visual and the CGI. The special effects in this movie looks fantastic. You can actually see exactly what's going on, because in this movie, y'all may recognize or might not recognize from the trailer, we have this big CGI, some kind of desert space worm or something like that. It just comes from underneath that crawls underneath from underneath ground, like underneath the desert ground. And yep, that's it. That's the worm right there. And that's some really good CGI special effects. And the cinematography from every shot of the movie looks great. And I was like, this director knows what he's doing. He knows how to do cinematography. The setting in the setting in the CGI and other planets look fantastic. The shots of technology in some other places, some other locations in this movie looks, in my opinion, feels like I can see what I'm looking at right now. I can see the desert, I can see the planets, I can see it's not being blurry or blind spotted. You can actually see what this director can actually do with cinematography. He's really good with this cinematography, with the planets, like not just the planets, but the desert, like the deserts and the other locations, and and some of the really good visual effects. And also, the planets have really good CGI special effects as well. And also, what's really cool about this movie is how great the costume design, the costume and the outfits look. The costume and the outfits in this movie do look like I'm just like, these look like some of the outfits. These outfits kind of remind me something off of Game of Thrones, a little bit like more like Game of Thrones but different. It's mostly like they look like a cross between like desert, like kind of like ancient, a little bit like desert and space time costumes and outfits and stuff. And they do and I was cool with it at first. So all I can say is the costume designs look really good. And also, the only thing I did not like about this movie is how long this movie was. This movie was 2 hours and 35 minutes long. I watched this movie on HBO Max, which I forgot to mention. This movie is so goddamn long. Like, I almost fell asleep. I almost fell asleep. I watched this movie on HBO Max, but I almost fell asleep I almost fell asleep like at least a half during the movie. But then I said, you know what, I should take a break, pause the movie. I took a break for at least 5 minutes, then got back to play the movie, and then took another 5-minute break and watched the movie again. So yeah, so that's all I did, because, I'm just like, I don't understand why this movie's like 2 hours and 35 minutes long. I was expecting like 2 hours and like 20 or something minutes, but this movie's like 2 hours long. This is a 2-hour long movie. I wasn't expecting this to be like a 2 hour, 35-minute long movie. Can you guys imagine? Imagine this movie was 2 hours and 50 minutes long. Like, no, this is not working out for me. Like, come on. But yeah, I think this movie could have been a little bit more shorter, and it could at least relax and just give like, and also I just wish this movie could relax and just give us a break for at least like a 5 minutes break and get us back into the movie, and that's it. But yeah, I think that's about it. But all I can say is Dune is a great movie. The director did a really good job with this movie, and hopefully, and also I won't talk about the end. I'm not talking about the ending, because I do not want to talk about the ending. You gotta watch the movie. I'm not going to talk about the ending. I'm not going to say anything about the ending at all. So I think that's about it. And all I can say is this is one of my favorite movies of all times. But yeah, I think there could be some stuff that could have been better, and I think that's about it. So all I can say is Dune is awesome. This is a great movie. And I think that's about it for this movie review for Dune, and that's about it. So I think that's about it for this review for Dune. So be sure to like, subscribe, press the notification button, follow me on Instagram, comment down below, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you for watching.